Well, greetings everyone. Welcome to another video on my channel. This is a thumbnail review because why not? Now, I was going to sort out all my thumbnails into the category of yes, I'll show it, no, I won't, but I'm too lazy, so we're just going to look at them all. I'm not going to talk about them all because obviously some of them are distinctly average, or well, most of them are distinctly average. Let's just say making thumbnails is the one thing that I hate about YouTube. I wouldn't say hate. Hate's a strong word. I strongly despise making thumbnails. If someone makes a thumbnail for me, great. If I've got to make a thumbnail, ouch. Which is why often in my series you just see the same thumbnail for every video, because the idea of making one thumbnail for every single video, if I did that, I don't know how many videos I've got on my channel at this point, but that's thousands of thumbnails I would have to make. I can cope with making videos. I love making videos. Making thumbnails, no thank you. Well, here actually, let's have a look at the top here, because there are some series, for example, my CSGO bot series, where I created different thumbnails, but that again was depending on which map I was doing. Yeah, I like that. I like the way I did it there, and I think it was necessary with a series like that to have different thumbnails. Cake Core Tournament again. I created a different thumbnail. Interestingly enough, this was a recorded round called Insistence, and I created a different thumbnail based on who was on my team. So I've got Bowfish's face in the back there for some reason, because I thought that was funny. It kind of is. And then as the episodes progressed, I got put on a team with someone, and then another teammate got added, and then another teammate, and the reason I've got the Scotland flag there is because three of the four people on the team were Scottish. Bowfish had nothing to do with this, so him being there is a wee bit probably confusing for people who don't know much about the round. But yeah, something like that, just to, create a bit of a difference, see, so people can see how it progresses from looking at the thumbnails. I should say this will probably be raw, this video, so I do apologise. Insurgency, again, different thumbnails, depending on which episode we did, or depending on which map I did per episode. Here's an interesting one, Item Hunt. This was a series called Collect It All that Zenj and I did a while ago, and a number of years ago now actually. It was 1.13, around the time that came out, so don't know what you're talking, maybe 2018? I think 2018 would be accurate, and Zenj made the thumbnail for this, thank goodness. Looks amazing, and he had different colours of text. Some of the backgrounds were darker. Yeah, he just used different effects, loads of items in the back. Brilliant. That did the series, but that was one he made, so I'm thankful for that. My Journey series now. This was... Basically, I started the series and used one thumbnail. You find I often did this with my series. I would start out with a thumbnail and then figure out I didn't like it and I'd change it. And then sometimes I would change it again, or sometimes, I'd be fine with it. With my Journey series, I had a really bad thumbnail to begin with, and then I changed it to a slightly better one, and then I came up with the idea of, depending on what Minecraft version I was in, that would be highlighted by the terrain in the background of the thumbnail. So we've got, how many thumbnails was it? It was 8. So we've got 8 thumbnails. Now that's not because there's 8 versions, it's because there was 8 differences in terrain generation. For example, this was only used in episode 0, and that is because episode 0 took place in pre-InfDev versions. So I used the kind of pre-InfDev terrain, kind of the limited terrain. You can see in the background there's where the terrain ends. Moving on one, this is InfDev and early alpha terrain, so a bit of a change there. Moving on, we've got kind of late alpha beta terrain with that generation. Moving on one, this is the terrain generation that was only used in beta 1.8. You can tell because I took it in a swamp where swamps were lighter. Of course, you can do that in Optifine now, but or certainly at one time you could do it in Optifine. However, this was a vanilla feature in 2011. No, yeah, 2011. Or beta 1.8. This was a full release 1.0 terrain right up until around about 1.1. Oh yeah, just 2 versions, because in 1.2, boom, you got jungles. Now this background is actually the very first world I generated, because I first generated a world in Minecraft in 1.2. That is it. Moving on one, we've got the addition of temples, and I'm guessing the terrain changed around, what would that be, 1.4 maybe? And then that is 1.7, so that's the final thumbnail in the series, 1.7 terrain. And that, yeah, just brings to an end the progression of the thumbnails. And that was, I quite like that idea. I really like that idea, and I'm glad I stuck with it. We've got Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I won't discuss Lego thumbnails because, well, we'll discuss it a wee bit, but as you can see, it's just basically the title screen. I have no idea what to do with these sorts of things. Just something to make it stand out. Oh yeah, I like this. I like that background. So this was a charity event, but I used this kind of background, this wallpaper with my skin looking at a computer screen for a few things, including a meme that I made that no one else knows about, or no one else cared about. This was one of my Battlefront Galactic Conquest series again. You can see I used a different background for each different episode, something I don't do often, but for some reason decided to try it here. And I don't quite like the effect, the blur effect. I mean, it looks cool and all, but it's kind of hard to see what's going on. Although maybe that's the point, I don't know. I don't know what was going through my head. I should say I make my thumbnails with paint.net because it's free and easy for noobs like me. I'm not saying if you use it you're a noob. Let's just get that straight. I'm saying that if you are a noob and you want to use something that's a bit better than Paint, then paint.net is the way to go. This was my Sonic series. I just stole my... Oh, I didn't steal it. How can I steal something that's mine? Well, it's not really mine. This head was actually created by someone else for an RR intro, and I took it from my channel profile. I say I took it. I was given permission to. They said it was fine. And I obviously used it here as well in front of Sonic's face. That was a very basic thumbnail. I did not need to talk about that. Every single Ultra Cake Core season thumbnail was made by PatNat. All credit to him. We can actually move that into... I don't have a folder for Ultra Cake Core thumbnails. But yeah, all of them were made by PatNat, so I very much appreciate that. And for Season 6, because I was on a team with Casmic and we're both Scottish, you know, had to get the Scotland flag in there. Ultra Cake Core Season 8. Really like that one. Moving on, we've got the Worms series again with the Worms. Oh, it is different thumbnails. Wait, hang on a minute. That's not... Okay, there's a few thumbnails in here that don't belong to this series, so get them out. But yeah, for the Worms Ultimate Mayhem series, I just... different background for different episodes. Sometimes I did it, but most of the time I was too lazy. We were on to the main body of thumbnails, and I don't have every single thumbnail I've ever made here, or that has been made for me here, but we can have a look through the majority and just see what they're like. We don't need to comment on all of them. For example, that one's just kind of basic. Very, very basic. Although one thing you will notice, I try to use the shadowy effect around the side. I can't even mind the name of it. And also soften colour or something. I don't know if it looks good. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Not in this case, in my opinion. Moving on. That was made for me by Zenger, although it wasn't used. It was for... I did a video 5 years of UHC, and Zenger made that one, but then he made another one that was better, so I used the other one. So that has never been seen before. A lot of these... See, that's what I mean. Some of these thumbnails are very basic, but they at least tell you what's going on in the video, so they're kind of eye-catching in a way, even though they're not the best. The style of this thumbnail I got from someone else. Someone once made me a thumbnail in the style of clips from the video in the background kind of blurred, and I liked it. So I've used that in my own thumbnails. Some of them are... Like, here's the thing. So some videos were just... I put more effort in the thumbnail here than the actual video. The video was a complete joke because I had Championship Manager, never played it. I simmed, 200 years or something. And I thought, yeah, call it done. Yeah, that's a video. That'll do. And then I made a really clickbait thumbnail. I say clickbait. I mean, it's not really clickbait. It's just better than what I would normally do. Oh yeah, cutting out the character to fit there was a pain in the neck. Still, I like the thumbnail. There's a lot going on though, so maybe people wouldn't really understand it. That was Spods' 3D Spodders That was something to do with him. I think it was a joke. Well, obviously it was a joke because I know. Let's not dig a hole. Let's just move on. That video actually has a lot of views. I think I've not checked in a while. I don't tend to check views. Alphabetrum season D. Obviously, I've got the big D there. D for disgusting. Alphabetrum B. Trying to highlight what season it was. I don't think I used that thumbnail in the end, or I did use it and then I changed it because I didn't like it. It's kind of basic. In fact, it's terrible. I just took out the intro and it. Yeah, maybe it was that one that I used. I don't remember, or maybe it was that one. So maybe I made like 4 Alphabetrum thumbnails and then thought, yeah, we'll just go with that. There's an unreleased Alphabetrum season. That was for a one-off video with Alan. Clearly, I took the render from an UHC chat. Oh, I'm glad I decided not to use that thumbnail in the end. I used that one instead. Yeah, so for a lot of my UHC intro thumbnails, certainly latterly, I've just taken clips out of the intro and then, you know, thrown the logo in front or thrown some text in front, and that seems to work pretty well. Or sometimes I just straight up screenshot the intro, which is a cheap way of doing it, but I've got no better ideas, honestly. That's just my team. I don't tend to do that because it doesn't tell you the name of the round, but if I used that, that would have been one of the ETL season that we won. That was a good team, actually. Animated to life. Ooh, I like this one. I think I actually try-harded on that one because basically you moved between worlds, I think, and each world had different kind of perks to it, and I never found a single diamond, but I'm showing you all the ways I did find diamonds in this particular game, which was in a village. Yeah, I found one of each of these and found diamonds in them all, basically. So I like that thumbnail. Animated to life. There's another random thumbnail. Ooh, actually, there's animated to life, but it's better. So maybe I presume I used that one. I think Tanner made that one, actually. Or I think somebody made that. Right, there's Dilemma. Baited. That was a video. What was that video again? Zedge and I were trolling with someone on Hypixel, I think. Bannerlord. I don't even know. Oh, that was the test video for Bannerlord. That was a real Bannerlord series thumbnail, which I quite like. I like the scene of the troops lining up for battle. There's my character there with his arm sort of cut off, but maybe not really because yeah, I did a bad job at cropping that. Basically, I hate cropping stuff. Oh, this is a good one. So basically, this was an RR. I died at 1, and for some reason, I thought it'd be funny to put everyone in the round in the thumbnail, so I managed it, and it's like a big crowd and we're having a barbecue. BBQ UHC. There's a Galactic Conquest thumbnail again. So this was like, I think the second or third Galactic Conquest, and as you can see, I just went back to the one thumbnail for the whole series kind of thing. Oh, there's a really old thumbnail, although I think I got that because I uploaded a video late. It's like 4 years late. There's a big explanation behind it. Hey, so Bowfish UHC montage. It's fairly self-explanatory. Get a render of Bowfish, and then get Bowfish in the background. Can't get enough of Bowfish's Minecraft character, apparently. Well, that was nice. Bowfish UHC, but got Bowfish's face cropped into this, or not cropped, but blended into the background. And that was a mini CTM's engine I started and never finished, but hey-ho. Britannia UHC. I like the art, so I got the art, included that in the thumbnail, obviously a British flag and all that. When I first heard about this concept, I thought it was going to be representatives from like the different United Kingdom countries or states or territories, but no, it was just people from the UK, which is fine. Although this team was mainly Scottish. I think Talargo, I think was his name. I think he was the only one that wasn't Scottish. Casmic and Scott Perry, myself, Scott Perry, Casmic and I were Scottish. There we go, I got that sentence right eventually. Cakecore Factions, that was a one-off video. That was me fighting Bombastic, it looks like. Cakecore SMP, could have done better with that one. And that one. Skywars Cannon Demo. I like that one, actually. That's a decent thumbnail. Like, obviously the text is always questionable with me because I never know what looks good, but I would say that's a smashing job for me. CTM. These are just maps. Carnage, you see. Oh, because it was City World. So I got the... What city is that, I wonder? I wonder if that's like Dubai. One in Dubai. I say one in Dubai. I wonder if that is Dubai. Yeah. the point is, because look at that, there's so many high rises. Obviously, it's, you know, the hot sun and all that. Although there is a massive body of water and it's out in the middle of a desert. Although I'm sure there are bodies of water in Dubai. And it looks like they're building. Maybe is that the Burj Khalifa? Maybe, I don't know. Interesting. What else? We got Charity Marathon thing. That was classification. That was also classification. These are all classification experiment UHC thumbnails. Yeah, so as you can see, UHC thumbnails are all very, very basic. They either include... Oh, so this is kind of like my older style of UHC thumbnails, which you'll see a lot as we flick through. Basically, I would just get like a screenshot of terrain, sometimes with shader, sometimes without, and then splash some text in the front, and that did the job, as you can see. That one actually doesn't look too bad. Some of them were very basic, but that one doesn't look too bad, actually. Oh yeah, that one, just get the logo and throw my teammates in the side. And there's another example of the one where I put loads of clips from... Or is that even clips from the... I don't know, that's not clips from the video. That is screenshots of me and like teams and people during UHC. Because it's kind of like a UHC community montage I did. Another Galactic Conquest there. Oh, I like that one. I included the flags of the countries that people come from. I don't know why. So here's the thing, right? I do have a fascination with where people come from. I mean, I think for the vast majority of people online, it doesn't matter. I'm not... Obviously, I don't judge people based on where they come from, but like... And I don't believe national identity should be held above things like the character of a person, you know, are they a nice person, kind, whatnot. I don't believe national identity means anything significant, really, but there's just some fascination with where people come from, and that's why you often see me include things like flags in this or videos or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. It's just some fascination, but there you go. Hard to explain, really. Consumption. Again, I got my teammates splashed around the side. Everyone's got food in their hands. Oh, look, sponsored by the Big M. Corrupted, that was a one-time... Well, it was a season 1 that was never done again. So in that way, it was a one-time. Cool round, though. That was a Football Manager video. Another recorded round. Bot montage. That was a CSGO bot montage, which was... Like, at the time, I thought it was cool. On reflection, it was kind of meh. It's easy. I remember Patna had the opinion that like montages, he wouldn't make a montage because he's not that good, and I kind of get that with this video, but at the same time I just love editing. So, you know, I could edit someone else's footage, but I feel like that would be less authentic, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, see what I mean? This is an older style UHC thumbnail. Terrain, dark sapphire. I mean, I don't think that looks too bad either. When I first saw it there, I was like, not sure, but don't think it's too bad. Dark Souls thumbnail. 3 Dark Souls thumbnails. I think all those videos have been uploaded at this point. Darkness UHC. I don't know what that is. Oh, actually I do. That's Dilemma Season 2. That was Dilemma failed season, but I named it in Gallic because I don't think CG wanted it to be revealed what the round actually was. That was a thumbnail I was going to use for Diversity 3, but I used not that one. That one. I used that one instead. Who made that one? I feel like... Did Alan make that? Or did Zendra make that? And I feel like Zendra made that. Thank you, Zendra. Sorry for forgetting you made it. But yeah. And then that was obviously made by me. Or wait. No, maybe that was made by Olego. I did that map with Olego. And then I did that one myself. Douglasville. Draft mode. That was a video that never came out. For reasons I will not disclose. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure there was no names on that thumbnail. Play UHC. Oh, that was a review. I enjoyed making that video, actually. Ender UHC. Oh, that was a good one. So as I was fighting Pele, there's Pele up on the hill there. As I was fighting him, I thought this would be epic to include in the thumbnail. So, boom. Endless Deep CTM. I guess the CTM thumbnails are sort of the same as my older UHC thumbnails. I don't really mind them too much. I've obviously gone heavy on the edits there, but like, it does a job. Got the name of the map, and it's got the, something about the map in the background. Ah, yes, I love this thumbnail. So, Epic UHC, I think this was season 3 maybe? basically there was this massive UFO at 00 with good stuff in it, and I spawned at 00. So first thing I did was swim up the watervator to the UFO and get all the good stuff. So I thought, hey, why not reflect that in the thumbnail? And we got ourselves a UFO and me getting beamed up. Beam me up, Scotty. There's another epic UC one. And another one. That was a terrible season. But hey ho. Don't know why Bullfish's face is there. I presume I used that as a thumbnail. That was a thumbnail for a recorded round. I teamed with DGN, but I don't remember which one. Yep, sorry, skip. I think it was Equity, actually. Fallen Order montage. I did two. I had to lighten it because the first one was quite dark. We got flipping heck, what's his name? Main character's name. Cal. Yeah, we got Cal fighting Darth Vader. That's the Fallen Order thumbnail of the actual game. It was easy, just like, yeah, it was easy to make. Take my word for it. Oh yeah, this was so first 1.14 UHC I won. I mean, was it the first 1.14 UHC? I mean, it was in the snapshots. It was like the day the snapshot came out, and we made Spods hosted a game, or no, Brody hosted a game. Someone hosted a game, and I won it because two people double killed, and I decided to upload the day after with a super tryhard thumbnail just for fun and views, but I didn't get any views, so just for fun. First CSGO frags. That was highlights of the marathon. I played CSGO for the first time in the marathon. Can't even mind what year, 2019 maybe. Flatlands, the logo I think was made by Zenger, and I think I made all the thumbnails. It was really easy. Oh yeah, so Zenger made the render, or the logo, sorry. Pat made the kind of layout here of our heads and that, and I made all the thumbnails. It was easy. They both did the hard work. Flip the switch, because I traded diamond armor for worse armor at one point. That might also be a... Oh, I see, okay. So the previous Football Manager draft thumbnail I showed was of a video that actually came out. This was a series that didn't come out. Again, for reasons undisclosed. Footloose. Fairly straightforward. I could have done better with the text, though. From Ashes Reborn. Ooh, I like that one, actually. That is actually kind of cool. Oh, yeah, because I included the fire below. Yeah. I see. Future of my channel. I don't remember that video. Oh, no, I do, actually. That was me basically saying I'm combining my highlights and moments video into one. Don't think I made that thumbnail, and if I did a smashing job. I reckon somebody else made it. Gateway. I definitely made that thumbnail. You can tell by how bad it is. GeoGuessr highlights, yeah. Wonder where that is. That's not Scotland. That must be somewhere else. Looks like Scotland, but I think it isn't. Or I don't think it is. Geology thumbnails. Golden Globe. That was a fun team. The best player of the team died early and we had no chance. The best player of the team wasn't even the mole, so we had no chance. Haha, there's the meme that nobody probably cares about. It's accurate though. Very accurate. That was just a random video of somebody that basically horses were on, but they weren't supposed to, or they were on, but they weren't allowed, and one of our teammates forgot and went and killed someone, and that was me just making a joke about it. You can tell based on the fact that the thumbnail's not very good. Don't like that thumbnail, but that was a series I did with Dolmo and Lan. It was fun. The series was fun, not the thumbnail. Don't remember that one. Minecraft. Oh, that was my that was sort of a defense of Minecraft because yeah, I think a lot of people that watched the video didn't quite understand what I was trying to get at. People were thinking I was comparing the two when I was mainly just defending Minecraft in the wake of people saying, "Oh, Hytale looks so much better." You know, when it just been announced, it's just like, come on, guys. Yeah, it was mainly defense of Minecraft. People, I don't think, quite understood that. I'm CGYT UC player montage. Oh yeah, why did I do that? I think because brewing was the main kind of. It was a main feature of that season that was unreleased. So get a screenshot on a witch hut. Inferno Mines, I like that. I like the scene there. That was Insistence, and the reason I've got that as the thumbnail is because I couldn't mine diamonds. I never, in 4 seasons in Insistence, I never mined a single diamond. I did find diamonds, but it was the one season where, it was blood diamonds. I had the blood diamonds effect, and my teammates didn't, so I let them do it. Instinct UHC Season 5. The Bridge of Dreams, I think that was a Bridge of Dreams season. Did I fall in lava that season? Or I don't remember, honestly. That was my Euro excursion video. Here we go. My journal series thumbnail. Yeah, this was made by a guy called Ruben, who I knew back in the day. He made a thumbnail for me, and I've used it ever since because it's far better than anything I could do. So, fair play. Thank you very much, Ruben. That was my old journey thumbnail. So I mentioned earlier I had a really bad thumbnail. That was a really bad thumbnail. And that was the slightly better thumbnail that I started using for the whole series, and then I figured I should probably change it up a wee bit, make it better. Oh yeah, that was okay. So clearly I had a few attempts at my journey series thumbnail, and then I settled on the ones that I had. Weird story. So my modded journal series, which wasn't very long, purely because I just couldn't get into modded, no matter how much I try. I found modded fun when I did it with Patnat for the Cakecore channel, but solo I just couldn't get into modded. But someone made me a James's Minecraft journal thumbnail when, like, around the time Ruben did, and Ruben had already done it, so I didn't want to just interchange them or anything like that. So I said, listen, I'm thinking of doing a modded series. Could you can make me a thumbnail for that, just change the Minecraft to modded. And so they did. And I never made the series for many years. And then at one point I had a lot of modded footage from my streams, and I was like, hey, I should just make a series. That only lasted about 30 odd episodes. JamestheDouglas Q&A. I don't like that thumbnail, but it's there to stay. I remember that video, James Tries Guns. I really like doing those series, the World Cup and the Euro excursion, where I went through different versions of Football Manager, just played a tournament, an international tournament. That was actually so fun. Zedger made that. I think that was my other 5-year of UHC video thing. So that was the one that we thought was better. I think it was the one I used. Kaizo Caverns. It looks good. The thumbnail looks good when it's large like this, but when it's like part of a thumbnail, it's very dark and difficult to see. Krytos. I like that, actually. I like whatever effect I've done there. Looks actually alright. The text probably should have had a different colour. That was my last ever Badline montage. As it says, legendary. Brilliant. Some Lego games. Lemon UHC. I think it was unreleased. Let's edit a video. I actually did upload that, didn't I? I held that back for so many years. Yes, my very basic live stream highlights thumbnail. Very basic. Very, very basic. Low quality capture the flag. Why did I use that thumbnail? I mean, it's funny. The reason it's funny is because during Capture the Flag, it's obviously a PvP game where you fortify your flag and try and capture the other teams, but people would just make random shots and play as if it was an SMP, and I found that funny. That's kind of what we got here. We got someone buying something. So it's more for the comedy factor that no one's going to laugh at except me, but hey-ho, you know, got to make yourself laugh sometimes. Oh yeah, I had to crop that as well. That character actually does look like me. That's a really, really old thumbnail. That is, we're talking very, very early days of making thumbnails. Probably back when I made them on Paint. Flatland, Zedge made that thumbnail, I'm pretty sure. I think I made all of these. Worms. Oh, that was my first Mountain Blade series. I like that. So we've got my character there. No cropping for this one. My character there, and then a scene of troops celebrating a victory there. That was a weird thumbnail, actually. Basically, you know how you get the default thumbnails that, like, the YouTube generates? I basically took one of them and put the title in the front. It doesn't look that good, but hey-ho. I'm not going to change it now. Hey, I like that one. Mystery box. This is good for me too, because I've not seen a lot of these. Ooh, that was nice. So this was Nat 20 Module 3. Basically, I really like the intro for this. They included, like, cards. So Nat 20's Dungeons and Dragons themed. And they included cards with various stats that I didn't quite understand how it worked. I've never done D&D. But I had to go into a call, I think, with DG, and DG kind of spoke me through it and helped me kind of work out what, based on classes I had in the game, because there was classes in the game and that sort of defined some of these stats. Then I got to choose certain attributes and whatnot, and DG helped me with that. And then boom, this is what happened. I'm class cleric, race Goliath, and you can read the rest of there. Why are there so many people at my door? I think that was the postman. Jings, I heard the letterbox go. Right. Yes. Oh, that was Nemesis, the maps I did with Alan. Although that one was just one video because I lost 2 hours of footage. Very annoying. Nightmare Realm. Non-Reddit Cup. I must have swam in... Oh yeah, I died in lava, that's why. That's the thumbnail. Yep, postman just walked past the window. Confirmed. Let's see. Any other interesting ones there? Pantheon. That's kind of a basic thumbnail. I just took a photo of an image of the entrance hall. Sorry for talking about thumbnails when I'm not on them. I always move on and then keep talking about the one I've just left. Pathfinder. Oh, yeah, that was because it was anonymous and I didn't know what to do, so I just did that. Ooh, I must have gone for the soften effect there. Same there. Pranking Flues. Alan took that, or I took that screenshot, I think. But I did it with Alan, or it was mainly Alan's idea. Oh, yes. So basically, this was Prospect UC Season 2, and basically, sorry for saying basically so much, but basically, there was a lot of gold, and you had to make gold armour. You could make, it was like butter armour only, or something like that. And there's this meme in Mountain Blade where Butter Lord, because butter's like the best food source, so I just had to combine the two, you know. Pub League. That was the only Football Manager experiment series I've ever done. I wanted to do more, but I was just never motivated. Pursuit, because we're pursuing someone. That wasn't from Pursuit UC, by the way. That was from an Epicube game many years ago. Lots of random, quick, exotic thumbnails. Team with Summer. I team with Summer a lot. Summer and I, we didn't get sick of teaming, but people kind of knew we knew each other, and they didn't know who else to put us with. I think that's why we ended up teaming. I don't regret teaming with him a lot. Same with CJ. I don't regret teaming with him because they're cool guys and obviously we're buds and that, but like, I kind of wish I'd team with more people if you like, but hee-ho. I don't make the rules. I break the rules. No, anyway, this was a Race for Wool video. Now, I did a practice round, but then for the real thing, I lost my footage, so I had to use Dark. Darkblade was one of the participants on my team, so he basically gave me his footage, which was it was a wee bit annoying. It was very annoying, but hey-ho. Ragecraft, 2 different thumbnails for Ragecraft. Which is better? I think I used that one because it's lighter and the text is bigger. Random PvP, that was made by Strobes and Cat 6376. So 2 people I knew a long time ago made this thumbnail for me. I really appreciate it, and I used it all the way through the series, I think. Randomania. So that was UHC where the art was made. You know, this art was made for the intro, and I took it for my banner and logo. I very much appreciate it. The guy that made it, although I think at first he thought it was black, so like my character figure was black, and you know, it was posted on Twitter and everyone had a good laugh, I think. Recovery. All these recovery seasons. Relentless, that was an unreleased season. Retro. Another UHC RR where I came second. What's that? Oh, that was ranking my own UHC thumbnails. I forgot about that. Oh, these are all videos that haven't been made public yet, so it feels like I can't talk about them, but I actually can. That was Rising Stars, although to be fair, Ultra Cake Horse should easily been in All Stars. Don't know what that thumbnail was for. That was my outro, made by Ruben. Because I used to, back in the day, in my videos, I used to always do an outro where it said thanks for watching. And then he made me this, and I stopped doing that, so I ended up just using this as filler for RRs and other stuff. That was my last ever. Well, to date, like time of recording this, I haven't played UHC for like a month and a half, I think. And at time of uploading, I might not have played a UHC for years, but like this was my last 1.8 game, which I won. So I thought I'd do a super try-hard thumbnail for it. Why not? Tier list stuff, Serenity. Serenity was a good ride. I just never did well in it. It was fun, but you always remember the bad parts. Shadow Mordor montage. Oh, yes. I like that thumbnail because I remember playing the game and it got to the end and that was a scene. The main character just turning and looking out over Mordor with fire and ash spewing out of Mount Doom, and you were just like, wow. Like, that was honestly, like, in all the linear storyline games I've done, that has to rank up there as one of the best moments. Finishing the game and getting that scene, and that's what I used for the thumbnail. There's another Shadow of War one. That was a sequel to Shadow of Mordor. In some ways, I feel like it should have been switched. The name should have been switched, and the first game should have been called Shadow of War. Well, actually, no, maybe not. There's a Skyrim one. See, in this case, if I had been super into making thumbnails, I can see a narrative where I use a different background depending on what episode it is, using a different background for each one. But I just stuck with this one for the whole time because I was didn't fancy making so many thumbnails. Also, most of that series was stream highlights, so you know, wasn't quite try hard and all that, or it wasn't quite systematic or orderly. Snow crack. There was actually a snowy crack. Ha ha. Ha ha. Bunch of Sporkle thumbnails because I didn't know any better. Well, I did a lot of Sporkle videos. Jigs. Battlefront. Stock up. Did I? No. Thought I did something special for Stock Up. I didn't really. Haha. Summer Bash from the Divine Comedy. That was the Divine Comedy. Divine Comedy Season 4. Team with Jenna. Divine Comedy Season 1. Team with myself. Oh, that was probably to date my favourite RR. Favourite Reddit RR. I'm not going to tell you why. Well, I mean, that was the one we won and I killed Normal, and it was with a knockback 2 in the nether. It was fun and all. 50 win streak. Yeah, Zedge and I were amazing at the bridge. The bridge was a really weird game mode because I always had the feeling that we shouldn't have been that good, but every team, like, we used to fight a lot of really good teams. When I say really good, they were good. Like, they were very difficult to beat, and we still beat them. So, I genuinely believe we were, at one time, the top players, undoubtedly, on that. Maybe that's, what's the word? That is kind of silly, but, whatever. Don't remember that thumbnail. Oh, actually, no, I do. That was a Zedger montage I made. Douglasville. Oh, I made that thumbnail for Alan. I couldn't figure out why I had Alan's skin on that, and yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, so that's the James's Minecraft journal skin that I got changed to James's modded journal. I mean, it looks cool, but as I said, I was already using ribbons. Time Warp, I like that one. It was themed around dinosaurs, and yeah, I like that. Time and space and blah blah blah. I think that thumbnail looks cool. That one. Top 10 UC moments. I'm seriously going to search this video up because I don't remember making a top 10 UC moments video. Is that what it's called? Top 10 UC moments. It looks like an older thumbnail. Moments. How do you spell moments? I can just look at the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I did make a top 10 UC moments. Oh, it was 2017? Okay, cool. I had no idea I made that. Even I'm surprising myself. Top 15 kills, sorry. I remember that one. Touring My World. That was funny. We had Zedger and I had an interesting bridge game, and we turned it into a bit of a... Well, I turned it into a bit of a silly video, and Zedger say so. Or we agreed to. He didn't talk me into it. We agreed to do it. That was my best montage. I don't think I've ever done a better one than that. Turf Wars. Or Turf War, sorry. It wasn't the game Turf Wars. The song was called Turf War, so I called the montage that. But it was Bed Wars. Even the thumbnail looks alright. Like, not top quality, but not terrible by my standards. Plans for Twitch, yes, that went well. To be fair, I did stream on Twitch a bit, but I don't know, I found streaming a lot harder than making videos. Ultra Kit Core. Wait, was that might be the only Ultra Kit Core season I actually made a thumbnail for. Like, legit season. Oh yeah, look at that. Loads of clips in the background of things that happened in the video, because I like that sort of thing. You see highlights, so that's, other than Football Manager goal lights, that is the thumbnail that's been seen on my channel the most. I made it. It looks okay. It doesn't look terrible. That's why I used it. UHC meetup montage and lots of blurry effects, because why not? Chipsy made me that one because well, actually, I don't think I asked for it. He just made me it and I thought it was cool. So yeah, fair play. Thank you very much, Chipsy. Ooh, I like that. My card. King of Scotland. You got that right. Sergio made me that for my UHC Revelation series. Unfortunately, it was only about 20 or 30 episodes long, but you know, good thumbnail, and I really appreciate it. Uncensored RRs. We're almost at the end. I don't remember that one. You can see I mainly used titles in my thumbnails, but on some occasions I didn't, and that's why it's kind of like a bit ambiguous. These are unreleased recorded rounds. Walking the Plains. I like that one, actually. I won that season, I think. Or not me personally, but my team. It was Dragon Rush, so it wasn't really a great victory, but whatever. Winds of Time. That was the old thumbnail for Winds of Time that I didn't like. World Cup predictions. That was for 2018. These are all Worms thumbnails. Oh, we're back at the beginning. And currently, these are the only active thumbnails I've got going. So my Football Manager Go Lights thumbnail. This is a sort of series that I probably should have used a different thumbnail for each video, but the problem with Football Manager is, like, what do you do a thumbnail of? A lot of the bigger YouTubers use, like, club badges and actual players and stuff. And I have used an actual player in a thumbnail before, but I don't tend to do that just because, I don't know, it does feel a wee bit wrong doing it. I know copyright and all that probably says you shouldn't, and YouTubers will probably say it's fine, they're not going to care. But there just feels something wrong about it, which is why I don't. I'm not condemning anyone that does. I'm just saying for my videos, you know, for how basic they are, I wouldn't want to go all out on them. But so I used this for my goal lights, and basically it's a scene of a cup final I was in on Football Manager 2011 in the save that was the very first series I had on YouTube, although this game came many years later. So it's one of our players bearing down on goal to score. I think it was the only goal of the game. I think we won that 1-0. So that thumbnail has been seen the most on my channel. I apologise somewhat, but at the same time, too late. Ragecraft, because I'm still uploading that at time of recording. RR Clash thumbnail that's hopefully come out by now. And yeah, all that good stuff. I try to fit everyone in the round on this thumbnail as well, like the barbecue UHC one. And yeah, there you go. There is my thumbnails. I've just never relished making thumbnails, in all honesty, and it is a big part of doing YouTube. One of the reasons I really enjoyed Ethos content was because he's just so raw and so unique from anyone really on the platform in terms of how well he's done and how well he's doing. Well, certainly at time of recording, but he doesn't use thumbnails. But generally, you can't get away with that these days. You've got to use thumbnails. You've got, like, even back in 2014 when I started, I didn't use thumbnails. A lot of my older videos don't have thumbnails, but you've got to use them really if you want to, you know, do well. You got to do as best as you can with them. They're a big part of videos, I feel, getting people to click. That's the idea. So I've never got into them, and I'm willing to guess that part of the reason my channel's not bigger or never got bigger was because of thumbnails, but there's not much you can do. I can't force myself to like making thumbnails. I could have probably tried and persisted a wee bit more. I do agree, but there you go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this very long video and very random video, but yeah, maybe you learned something new about the channel that you didn't know before. Maybe you learned something new about making thumbnails you didn't know before. Probably not. Probably not. Take care. Bye for now.